Explore your thoughts. Learn what you think you already know. We're taking you on a journey to the other side. Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of The Other Side. Today, we're going to break down Louisiana's 8 constitutional proposed amendments for the November 8th election. Everything you need to know will be in this podcast to make an informed decision for the 8 amendments. Now, remember, I always look at amendments as in they start off as a no for me, unless I am convinced otherwise. Reason being is an amendment to the Constitution is something added or something changed. Now, it is true our Louisiana Constitution was written in 1974, and there is argument that we should have a constitutional amendment to new and revised, because currently we have amendments that amend other amendments and that other amendments. So we just keep writing, creating the Constitution, making it longer and more convoluted. The only problem with the Constitutional Convention would be who is on the committee or who are the ones that would be writing the Constitution. So there's 2 ways of looking at it. Either way, today, our constitutional amendments, we're going to break them down on what I think is yes and what I think is no. So here you go. All right. So constitutional amendment number 1, a larger stock investment for trust funds. So if you go to parlouisiana.org, it gives you a whole list. It gives you a good breakdown of everything, what's proposed and what's not. You can find all the information really that you need. You can dig a little bit deeper, find the bills that created these amendments and whatnot, and who voted for them and who has not. But anyways, in a nutshell, amendment number 1 talks about let's see if I can highlight it for you. So currently, we can invest up to 35% of of our budget into trust funds. What they want to do is make it 65%, so increase the maximum money into 65% of what they can invest into the stock market. Number 1 is a no for me, because the argument for it is that it would generate more money for our state, and I get that. But the reason it's a no for me is if you watch the stock market, it's up, it's down. There's just too much going on. The war in the world, seems like our modern day politics are just complete chaos. I'd rather not have our Louisiana hard-earned money gambling in the stock market. So number 1 would be a no for me. So if we move along here to number 2, okay, property tax exemptions for the veterans with disabilities. This is a yes for me. When you look at it, it gives more flexibility it's like a sliding scale for the more disabled the veteran, the more homestead, the higher the property tax exemptions, should I say. Anything I can do to help veterans, to me, that's always a plus. So number 2 is a yes for me. So we'll move along down here to number 3. I'm just going to try to keep these kind of quick. I know everyone's time is valuable. Political activity for civil service workers when family members run for office, yada, yada, yada. You can read all of the gobbledygook in here, and this just has no purpose, no interest of mine or yours in this Constitution. We don't need any of this, nor does it affect us. It will not affect you or I. So number 3 is a no. Number 4 started off to be a no for me until I reached out. I spoke to some, local officials, representatives, and whatnot. I always try to get as much information as I can. It turns out number 4, so waiving charges for water use and infrastructure damage. At first, I thought that it was just some kind of political backdoor, whatever, someone trying to make a buck, brother-in-law deal. But it turns out that there's actually law now that we say that you have a water leak in your property and you're on vacation or whatnot, and then you come home and you find out that your meter's just been turning, so you have an $1,800 water bill. Apparently, it's actually a law currently that the water company cannot work with you. They cannot lower it. They can work out a payment plan with you, but you have to pay that amount. I don't know why that would even be in a law, but this here gets rid of that. Of course, this isn't something that you would use every day, but if I vote no for it, I'll probably have a water leak next week. So this gives the water company the ability or the authority to waive your water bill if such an event would happen. I know it's kind of a strange thing, but that's what this is all about. So number 4 is a yes for me. So if you just want to make this video shorter, I can tell you now the rest of them are no's. Local authority over property tax rates. That's just no. You can read on. We won't break it down. That's just, again, something that won't affect you much. All right. So we go to number 6. Again, property tax assessment increases in Orleans Parish. That alone, anytime that there's an amendment just for one particular area, you can almost assure that that would be a no. And you can read it. It goes on. It's something that will not affect you at all. Number 7, limits on involuntary servitude. The wording in this is so ridiculous and so useless. You don't even have to read the whole thing, and you can sound like a kindergartner wrote this bill. So number 7's a no. And of course, we get to number 8, property tax assignments for certain people with disabilities. No, because you're going to open Pandora's box. Everyone's going to be disabled, needing. I'm okay with the veterans getting a property tax exemption, disabled veterans, but this just opens the door for anybody to apply to get out of it. I have to pay, you have to pay, and that's just the way it is. So there you have it, folks. Those are the 8 constitutional amendments. I'm voting yes for number 2, yes for number 4, and no for the others. Also, there is I guess it'd be the runoff election on December the 10th. There are 3 constitutional amendments there that we'll be voting on. And all 3 of those are a yes. I won't break them down on this video. But as of now, anyways, what I have seen and looked into those, all 3 of those would be a yes on the December 10th. But anyways, for the time being, thanks for tuning in to The Other Side. You will always get the other side of the story here on this podcast. Please spread the message. Share this podcast. Tell your friends about it. And subscribe. It's very important that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I have reason to believe Facebook has been censoring my posts since about 2019. I can get into that on another podcast. So there's a lot of times I'll post things and nobody really sees it. So the best way to see these podcasts, if you like this, is subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you will get an alert every time I drop a new video, and it's always going to be informative. And if it's not, I'll always describe what it is. Maybe something locally here in Avoyelles Parish that no one else really would care about throughout the state. They won't want to watch it. It might be something for Louisiana like this one, or it might just be a general topic where everyone could be involved. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to The Other Side. Hope everybody has a great day.